Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be talking to you about our project for this class, which is working with an organization known as the Genesis Project. Our group includes myself, Cassidy, and these three other team members.
My name is Matthew.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Hannah.
Okay, so for our project, the first step is to give you guys a little bit of background information on what the Genesis Project is. The Genesis Project is an organization that I've been connected with for a few years now, pulling directly from their website. Their mission statement is that the Genesis Project exists to offer hope for a new life to girls and women leaving commercial sexual exploitation. So what this means is that they are fighting to rescue girls and women who have been stuck in sex trafficking and in the realm of prostitution, and aiding them in ways to move forward towards a new lifestyle and out of that one. The organization was founded by a Seattle police officer. His name is Andy Connor. And he basically started the organization because he got tired of arresting these girls over and over again and just simply taking them to jail where nothing was being done to help them. And after doing some research, he realized that they didn't have a lot of resources around. So he decided to create his own organization with those resources for them. That is how the Genesis Project came about. Now, like I said, the Genesis Project provides a lot of resources and services for the girls and women that are coming through the center. These resources include temporary sheltering along with housing assistance later on. They provide clothing when needed. They have counseling and therapy. They'll also provide transportation to appointments, whether medical or personal. They also offer job trainings and educational programs for the girls coming through. So what are we doing to help them? Our goal for this project is to really just create a long-lasting partnership with the Genesis Project. And our goal is to assist them by providing supplies and donated auction items so that they can work on being more effective with the women, not necessarily where the funds and supplies are coming from for that. This, like I said, is going to allow the shelter to be as effective as possible in their efforts to rescue these women and girls from a horrific industry that includes forced labor, sexual exploitation, and even a lot of the time instances of minors being forced into prostitution. So we have four main ways that we are going to be partnering with this organization. The first one is raising physical donations of clothing and personal hygiene items for the shelter. After talking with some of the shelter staff, those were the imminent needs of physical items that they were looking for. The second way that we're partnering with them is by raising monetary donations from those who can't provide physical donations or find that an easier way to give. That is being done through a GoFundMe that we have set up. The third thing that we're doing to help them is we are contacting businesses in order to ask them if they have anything that their business provides that they'd be willing to donate as an auction item to the Genesis Project. They have an annual auction that they already run themselves, and that's actually their biggest fundraiser during the year. So we are also working to see if we can get anything from around here that they don't necessarily have contact with to be donated to help that annual auction that they have planned, which will be in November of this year. The last way that we are partnering with the organization is more of an overall awareness campaign. We are creating social media posts to be able to spread as far and wide as we can that are explaining how real of an issue sex trafficking is, especially in our local area, along with spreading who the Genesis Project is and gaining awareness for that organization as a whole.
So with the timeline for all of us, we started our project on March 30th to figure out what exactly we want to do and make sure everything gets qualified by our professor. And now it is April 12th, and we just finished our posting for the social media posts for the GoFundMe and clothes/hygiene products. And also April 26th, we plan on getting pamphlets from the Genesis Project and giving those out to local businesses to gather further donations. The final donation collection we will most likely have is May 14th. We will still have the GoFundMe to be able to donate, but we can't really receive any more physical donations because on May 20th, we plan to drive down to Seattle or over to Seattle, depending on where you are, and deliver the donation to the Genesis Project itself and also receive a tour of their entire facility. And on June 4th is when we will turn in the project and submit it for final grading.
Okay, so as we've kind of covered in the earlier slides, but just in a little bit more detail of what we're hoping to gather to donate to the Genesis Project. Although these are large margins, we are in high hopes that we can get close to the 10,000 mark, but we figured why not shoot as high as we can. So yeah, we are hoping through our GoFundMe to raise $10,000 to $20,000. We want to gather at least 300 pieces of women's clothing. That's of all sizes and all ages. Gather 15 individual hygiene items. We want to have at least 15 businesses involved with donating activities or other items for their auction. And then the main thing, stepping away from the project, is reaching as many people as we can to spread awareness about the Genesis Project and about the sex trafficking that's really happening around us. So some of the challenges that we are actually already facing as we've gone into the first week of posting and reaching out to people is having individuals actually donate. Catching their attention and convincing them that this is like a real world problem is something that is going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of, I think, person-to-person conversation, because although we can try our hardest to market over social media, people are going to look at it once or twice and maybe skim through it, not even actually read what we're trying to contribute towards. So as all of us have posted already, I think we've gotten more donations from the clothing and hygiene department than anything, which is great, but we want to try our best to get to all of those. Another thing is the Genesis Project has pamphlets, like Matt already said, that they're going to give us that we can actually reuse to businesses that we're going to contact for donations. And those aren't going to be ready and finalized until April 19th. So that gives us a little delay in the timeline of us actually reaching out to businesses and them having enough time to gather something to donate. And then the other obvious challenge will be any sort of COVID restrictions that gets in the way of us personally visiting companies, or even gets in the way of companies feeling financially stable to donate. So, yeah.
And then here are a few examples of some of the social media posts that we each posted in the recent days. And so what we wanted to do was mainly keep it simple and get the word out. And then we'll be following up with additional posts that are a little bit more educational to reinforce that objective that we're trying to get in educating people through this project. And so I will be creating additional posts to accompany these ones moving forward so that we're in a consistent way continuing to put the word out. And for those people that maybe didn't see these posts, they're going to see the future posts, and hopefully we will be able to reach far and wide through posting using the social media platforms. And then identifying the activities that we're all kind of each individually doing consistently, but mainly this week. Cassidy got in contact with the Genesis Project to confirm our delivery date, which they did confirm today. And she created this small write-up for us to use on the social media posts. I designed the posts for both Instagram and Facebook, and I posted them to my personal page as well as my other team members, Megan brainstormed the businesses within Ellensburg that we can go in contact in the coming weeks once we have those pamphlets. And so she has lived here for a while, and so she has good connections within the community, and we can leverage that in meeting up with different businesses in Ellensburg. And then Matthew is contacting his family and friends for further auction items and or donations, and he's creating a drop spot on the west side for people to donate. Megan Cassidy and I are all on the east side, and so we're collecting within Ellensburg, but Matt is becoming a resource for donations located on the west side. So we'll start to coordinate that as we move forward with physical donations, but I think our biggest push is definitely going to be that GoFundMe, because we've gotten a pretty good response so far with the clothing specifically. And so once we kind of hit our mark on the clothing, I think that we'll probably move forward pushing that GoFundMe a little bit more to be able to collect the monetary donations to be able to keep them moving forward. So any final thoughts?
Yeah, last thing before we end our presentation here. If any of you guys watching this have any ideas for, you or your family members have a business that could be involved, or you or your family members want to donate items, please contact any one of us. I mean, you can find us through Canvas, easy peasy, and send us a message asking how you can get involved or with ideas you have for getting involved. And we'd love anybody and everybody to participate that's willing to. So have a good day, everybody.